Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me on this overcast Saturday here in Honolulu. I'm about to start my daily morning pages where I wake up first thing in the morning. Yes, it's late. It's 8:55 a.m. local time here. I'm thinking it's probably sometime afternoon, evening, where you might be, unless you're here. It's rainy and it's forecast to be a wet weekend, but what better time to work on music? So for my morning pages, what I do is I like to list a couple of parameters that you see here on screen, follow them somewhat loosely, and just come up with a piece of music every day, which is my goal, I guess, right now for this channel, is to help all of us make music and bring more art into the world. So right now you're listening to Beads in B. It's a drone, and I set it to that scale because, or that key, because we're going to be in B minor pentatonic right now. And I'll turn it down a little bit. And today we're going to be using a lot of Oberheim. Let me show you the parameters of the day. So we'll be using the tempo of 127 beats per minute, B minor pentatonic. We'll be using the Oberheim Matrix 1000. It's pretty much a preset synth made by Oberheim. And related to that, we'll be using the OBXa virtual synth by Arturia. And I've never used this sound pack called Surround Panner. I think it might be just a pack of effects. And then the roll of the dice also gave me this Max for Live Dr. Chaos device. I don't believe I've ever used it, so should be pretty interesting. Okay, so why don't we get started? And apologies in advance if I don't get to you in the chat, because my chat window is over here with OBS, not to be confused with OBXa. But I glance over every so often, so feel free to chat, and I'll get to you when I can. So thanks for watching, and here we go. First thing we'll do is bring this to 127 BPM. And I will go on to an instrument track and go on to push and punch in the scale of B minor pentatonic. And why don't we use the Prophet 6 for now? Let's hear what this sounds like. I think we live with that. The last couple days we've been using those, at least to my ears, those exotic scales. Again, I grew up in the West, so the exotic scales to me are like the Hungarian minor, the 8-tone Spanish, some of the Japanese ones. And then yesterday we used Pelong, what is that one? Pelong Tembang, which sounds like more like this. I can't wait to try that again. I really like that one. But I'll get back to minor pentatonic. Okay. And I still have this modular drone going, which I think maybe I'll keep. Maybe what I'll do is, maybe I'll lower the level. But I think it's kind of good to kind of keep us in key. And if you want to see what I'm doing, sorry, I know it's not the best angle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to patch this Batumi. What is this? This is a, I'll put in a sine wave, and I'm just going to slowly sweep through the wavetable over here. And so the VST, we're going to be using that OBXa plugin. Sorry, I forgot the A on my list. Let's see. It's on one of my favorite ones. But to be honest, I haven't used it a whole lot. Oh man. And you gotta love that first preset, which is jump. I'm sure this one's gonna sound familiar to those who like Van Halen. Okay. Yeah, let's use this, well, let me think. Let's make this our lead. Or do we like some of those brass sounds? Yeah, let's go through some of these brass sounds. Okay, before we do anything, let me get us to a, let's hear the tempo. It's early for me, or at least it's early for my brain. We'll just keep that running for a bit while I put a little sequence in. Oh man, we're gonna have to use, okay, I know what we're gonna do. This is gonna be very 80s sounding. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to, this will be my lead over here, but what I would want to do first, I think, what I want to do first, and let me just turn down the drone. What I'm gonna do first is use the Oberheim Matrix. It's over here, and I just realized you're looking at my synths. I gotta look over here more often. But right here is my Oberheim Matrix 1000, and we're gonna dial in a patch and make a little bit of maybe a chord progression, a pad progression, and see what that sounds like. So what I'll do is let me plug in the OBXa, and I'm going to put it, I don't think we'll use the mode today. So let me place that. How are we going to do this? USB MIDI device, my OB, I think it's on channel 1. Yep. Okay, so we've got sound coming from the Oberheim Matrix. So let's go through some of these presets. There is one bad voice chip in this. I can't seem to pinpoint it. Yeah, we're gonna use the Matrix for pads. And I'm wondering if we should bring in some of the H9. Let's find a good algorithm. We'll just make this real mangled verb. Why not? Wait, can we hear anything? Oh. This one might have a little too much overdrive for what I'm looking for today. You can get trippy with some reverse reverb. Yeah, let's record in a little pattern and see what we can get. I'll move this back over here because I might want to use some of the hot knob while I'm doing this. Let's see. Let's see how this sounds with the drone. I'm going to stay in the lower registers. I almost want to lower the tempo because I'm really liking the vibe. But let's see what we can do. I'm just gonna hit record and see what comes out. Something like that. Let me quantize this. I'll just do the full 100. And let me just get this to kind of fit the grid, because I was just doing my own thing. Oh, I know. We'll just make this a 12-bar loop. Yeah. We'll go like this. Let's hear how this sounds. I'm gonna have this go all the way across. And since I'm in the scale, look, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put some sparkle up here. I'm just gonna put in some random notes. And what I'll do is I'm going to take those little random sparkly notes. Sorry for the resonance there. I'm just going to take those. I'll keep this one here at 100%, but I'm going to go back into my chants. And I'm just going to drop the chants. Oh, wait. No. Okay. Deselected all of that. So I'm going to take all those again, and I'm going to move these things down to... I'm going to give it a, well, let's do lower because they're pretty harsh. 37% chance for these notes in the high register to trigger. Forgot this one, but let's give that one 68% chance. I love this new feature in live. I think I have said that in past broadcasts, but check it out. I hear a little bit of glitching, and I think that's because I'm getting some polyphony issues with the Matrix, and that's very typical of old synth with some limitations. I'm also going to move these down in velocity, and maybe even, well, let's see. Oh, wait. I'm gonna go ahead and put that one up. And then these guys will be, I think this is a velocity sensitive. And then I'm going to give it a little range in this lower part. Let's see if that does anything. This particular patch, and I'm actually not quite sure, maybe the module itself might also not accept velocity, although I thought it did. Yeah, so it's kind of loud, but I'm gonna go ahead and keep it. This will just be our weekend jam. And let me change this title to OB1K. And let's go ahead and just record it in as the car alarm outside is ringing. Ready? And then I'm gonna go in and tweak the H9. Okay, ooh, that infinite is a little bit too much. Let me re-record that. Oh, you know what I did? Oh, no, we're okay. I thought I had the loop brace off. Okay, so that's good for now. We got a couple of rounds of that same pattern, just to keep the transition fine. I'm gonna put the loop point. Oh no, this was a 12-bar loop. And on this recorded part, let's see if we can hear it. I'm gonna, yeah, you hear it glitched because of the polyphony, but that's okay. I'm gonna add another effect to it. I'm gonna put in an echo. We will turn off that one, and I'm gonna sync it up, just give it some kind of spacey parameters. And I'm also gonna put in an EQ8 because there's some really harsh highs up there. Yeah, make it a little warmer. Yeah, and it won't be too muddy. It kind of is staying here in this mid-range, so that's good. But why not? I'll just in case. I do miss some of that shimmeriness. There we go. Yeah, and that loop point is pretty good. Can't really hear it too much. All right. Okay, now I want to go back to my VST. Man, there's so much we can do with this. I'm just gonna go ahead and jam this one in. Let's just extend this 32 bars. And we'll let that run into the middle of our program. Do we add some effects or do we just keep this raw? We can try out a few other patches. Let's see if that'll work. Oh, that is really cool too. But I like our original trumpet ensemble. Is that what it was? Yeah. Because that looks like it's based off of one of the original presets. I'm gonna put a little bit of vibrato. Let's see what the arpeggiator sounds like. Yeah, this is sounding good. I'm gonna put in an effect. I'm gonna put in a an even top. Let's just put in a little plate reverb. Make it easy on ourselves. Okay. I mean, I've got it almost all the way wet. Gives it a little more spacey feel. Okay, now with this, I have an idea. I'm gonna move this MIDI clip over to the Prophet 6 and see if I can get a little bit of a bass line. Ooh, it actually sounds kind of nice on the Prophet 6. Let's hear it. I take it back, it's just a drone. Because I think this is just a one voice patch. So here I'm gonna, this is my idea. I'm gonna take off all of this high register over here. Put this B back in. I'm gonna select all and bring it down. And I'm gonna try to find something that'll sound good. Let's see, how about this? Yeah, and then anything over this B1, I'm gonna shift it underneath. There we go. Okay, I don't want to get too carried away because we have a couple things that we still need to do. The surround panner pack and the Max for Live Dr. Chaos. So I've got the let me just make sure everything is cleared out. Good old Pro 1. Since we're gonna make this little 80s jam, we gotta use the Pro 1. And why not use it with this Dr. Chaos? Actually, Chaos. And it's Max for Live. It's a MIDI effect. Okay, cool. Put it in here. Let's see what it can give us. What is this device? I've never used it. Has anybody used Dr. Chaos before? We are in B. Oh wait, that's 8. Let's just see what this sounds like. Oh, I see. It's like a little 8 pattern. CDE. I see. It's like a little 8-step pattern sequencer. Oh, and I can put it into our B minor pentatonic scale. And we can change the rate. Let's see. we can, this is the, cool, this little dice area is giving us some random patterns. Because I've never used this, oh, I see, you could choose here, oh, this is where you can choose the pitch, so this is only pitch, or is this note? Oh, octave, we can, man, that's sounding good. I gotta use this Dr. Chaos more often. So this Dr. Chaos looks like it's a random pattern generator if you want it to be, or you can also go in and tweak some of these parameters. I like these current settings, so I'm not gonna even mess with it. But yeah, you could even create some chaos on the note front as well, which will, I think, this will randomize, oh, no, the dice will randomize the note range, maybe? The octave, the velocity, and the length. But I like this current pattern, so I don't even want to mess with it. I'm going to record in the MIDI, and while I'm at it, I'll just record in the audio as well. So let's check this out. So we've got Dr. Chaos. That's good. So what I did is I recorded in the MIDI. So this is all coming from the Dr. Chaos sequencer. And because it's called Dr. Chaos, I wanted to make sure that I recorded in the MIDI pattern, because I don't think there's any real rhyme or reason behind the patterns. I think a lot of it is just randomized. And then we, of course, got the 28 bars in audio. So we can go ahead and shut down that track. We still have our VST, so we'll keep this one. We'll have to record them. We'll have to record our Prophet 6 as well as our VST track. So I'm gonna do that separately. Prophet 6, I just want to solo it out, make sure we can mess with some of the parameters here. Okay. Let's just make that 24 bars. And then we can use that trail maybe a little bit later on. Okay, so we got pretty much everything. Let me record in our VST. And then I can work on the drums. That's why. Cool. Okay. So I like to record all of my things in to audio tracks, even at this state. Well, I'm prone to crashes here in not only live but also the Mac operating system. So at least I'll have a wave recording somewhere on the hard drive. And then also, when you're twisting knobs and using hardware, sometimes you get these weird glitches. I mean, if you're watching this channel, you already know this. You get some of these weird glitches that you can't replicate again. So we've got, I think, everything in audio. And now with this drum, right now I'm using the TR-8S, but this is sounding really new wavy, retro wave. So one of my favorite drum kits, and we're just gonna keep it as is this Vapor kit. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in, and we'll let the TR-8S be today. Let it rest. And we'll put in a little 80s pattern. Let's see. I like the 4 on the floor. Let's keep that. But let me just. Well, no. Let's put something else in. We can be more creative than that. It's the weekend. I've got some time. Okay, that'll be our bass. Okay, that's just our little 8-bar, and then we're gonna kind of mess with this. Quantize this to the grid. then I want that kick to hit a little bit harder, so. You gotta like, this is kind of an 808 crash cymbal. So I'm gonna just program that in. I'm just putting in my 16th note patterns, and in fact it's easier if I could just do it over here. I'll just draw it in. Oops. Draw it all the way across, and then we'll do what we did, or my little hack for more interesting hi-hats is to just type in or draw in 16th notes all the way across, and then pull the chants down. Okay, so that's kind of our jam right now. Hey, yeah, I don't make trap, mainly because I don't know how. How's it going? Thanks for joining in. Today's jam is kind of a synthwave jam. It turned out to be that way because we're using the Oberheim Matrix 1000 over here. A little hardware synth. It's pretty much a preset machine. We use that for pads. We're using the OBXa plugin. And yeah, and so that part is playing like this real 80s style brass. We tweaked the preset, the trumpet preset, I think it's called trumpet. Let's check it out. And then we added some plate reverb to it via Sound Toys Little Plate. And yeah, so so if you actually have an OBXa, I guess it's preset AB1, but it's just trumpet ensemble, and I added some vibrato and tweaked some of the modulation parameters slightly. That's what that sounds like. So yeah, and we're almost done putting all of this together. So yeah, it's cool. Thanks for lurking. Yeah, and if you guys want to jam along, I put in some parameters, and I have a feeling that, you know, if we all kind of work on our separate projects, even just in the same key and scale and tempo, if we put some of our tracks together, I'm sure they'll kind of mesh in a certain way, and be kind of cool to hear about your you guys' style and everything. So yeah, let's go ahead, and I think we're almost done putting this together, except that I'm supposed to be using the surround panner. I think it's a pack, and I have no idea what that sounds like. So let's go to my packs. All of these packs are the ones that, oh, it's actually a Match for Live pack. These come with Live 11 Suite. Where should we put this? I'm gonna put it on a something we've already recorded in. Let me refresh myself. What did we record? So this is these are our pads that we played with that Oberheim Matrix 1000. Let's add a surround panner here. See what happens. Oh, this is for surround sound, and I don't have a surround setup. I see. So this is kind of cool. Like, what you can do is you can, if you had a surround sound system, if you had monitors behind you as well, you can send parts to different parts of that. Man, I would love to have a surround system in here. That'd be cool. So we won't use that because it's not actually going to do anything for us. So we can scratch that. And I think we're pretty much done with our jam. Unless we, actually, let's put in some vocals.
I, Amos Johnson, being of sound mind and body, do make, ordain, and publish this instrument as my last will and testament.
Mr. Sawyer, why don't you just tell us about the will?
That's a rather unusual procedure, David.
Well, David's right, Mr. Sawyer. It'll save a lot of time and trouble.
Well, perhaps you're right. You see, now referring to the disposition of the monies and property, it's to be divided equally amongst the three of you. Of course, there are certain gifts to the third.
Naturally.
Yes. There is a considerable amount of money to be divided, even after taxes. Each of you will be independent for life.
I can't understand Uncle Amos willing us the entire estate. The night he died...
Contrary to what you may think, your Uncle Amos was really quite fond of you.
Is that all to the will, Mr. Sawyer?
No. Of course you realize that if one of you were to die, his or her share of the estate would be divided between the two remaining heirs. And there is one other proviso.
Okay, that was just random on this horror radio station, or old time radio, from the radio app. It's one of my favorite stations that you can tune into on this VST called Radio from Plugin Boutique. And it's super simple to use. What you do is you could scan thousands, I think, of streaming radio stations, and you could take as little or as much as you want from this 30-second buffer. And it's probably a lawyer's nightmare, but I like this old-time radio station because most of it is public domain. So you should be fine. So I just took like 3 of these snippets. And then now all you do is you can throw them into audio. And I'm just going to use them as is because they sound so cool. What I will sometimes do is I'll take some of these snippets and I'll put them into a simpler, chop it up, and give it some stutter effects. But for this kind of goes with our 80s theme. I mean, of course, this is all from the 30s and 40s, but I think it'll give us a cool vibe. So let me move all of this over so I can arrange all of this easier. And yeah, make sure we're not on. This right here is the modular just droning, but I'm gonna get rid of that. Even that, well, you know what? It adds kind of a cool ambiance, so maybe I'll keep it in the mix. We can bring it in when we want. Yeah, we can just keep it droning like this in the back. It adds a nice bit of space. Although, real quick, I'm going to LFO some of this so it's not so droning. Yeah. Just so you can see what I'm doing. You know what? I like this part. I'm gonna keep it set right here. Okay. Oh, nice. You're using Diva? How do you like that synth? I love what I've heard of it before, and I think I had a demo at one point. Yeah, I can definitely turn it into a techno track. That's kind of how it started off. I was using the TR-8S over here, programmed the 4 on the floor, but I don't know, just using all of those 80s style synths just got me in the mood for something more like new wave, like old school new wave, retro rave, vaporwave. Okay, so let's put this together. What I've been doing recently is just putting everything in arrangement and like just coming up with a 1 to 2 to 3 minute jam. You know, something a little more finished than just jamming. So yeah, I heard Diva is awesome. Might have to pick it up one of these days. So let's bring all of this over to arrangement just as is. To make sure I am... I think I gotta go down here. Nope. Let me find my spot. Okay. Okay, and now is the more mundane part of copying and pasting and making this more like a work project. I'm just gonna keep that drone going. I like how it sounds. I'm gonna make a couple copies of this drum pattern, recolor this. This will be kind of where I will, maybe over here I'll drop everything out. Like this.
Carl Sawyer.
That might be a good way to start off the jam. Move this over here. Yeah, we only need like 4 bars of that. Here, maybe we could bring in the kick. Let me color that a little differently. Let me remember what these parts are. This one's from the Pro 1. Let me Pro 1. And it's kind of a cool lead. We won't bring that in until maybe after 16 bars. This one is our Prophet 6. Maybe we'll start off with that. And then this one is our pads from the Oberheim Matrix. And then we also had the VST. Let me move this. I'm just gonna move the clip up. It's the same color anyway. And then I'll rename this one OBXa. And then this is a little loud. And then I'm just gonna cheat and put just a bunch of reverb on here. Let's see how this beginning part sounds.
As you know, your uncle appointed me as executor of the estate, and that's instructions for the being here 10 days past 10 miles. They gather together in this house for a reading.
You told us that earlier.
So I walked in.
Quite comfortable. Carl Sawyer, executor of the estate.
As you know, your uncle appointed me as executor of the estate, and that's instructions for the being here 10 days past 10 miles. They gather together in this house for a reading.
You told us that earlier.
So I walked in.
Quite comfortably, Mr. Sawyer.
It's rather long,
Boom, and we'll put it in at after 10 bars, yeah. It's a little weird in timing, but that's okay.
So I walked in.
Quite comfortably, Mr. Sawyer.
It's rather long.
Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. Just add some echo up here.
Quite comfortably, Mr. Sawyer.
It's rather long.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And this one, okay, good. I copied that. This one, I'm going to color it a little bit differently. And we're going to take out some of those perks. Like that. Take that one out. Okay, let's see how this sounds.
Quite comfortably, Mr. Sawyer.
It's rather long.
Yeah, simple enough. Let's go ahead and then just this very last part over here. And in fact, let's see if I extend this out just like this, I can get that nice 808 crash cymbal. It's probably a better way to do this, but let's see. Yeah. Okay.
Why don't you just
That break could be 4 bars, yeah. Oh yeah, I love that. The V collection is my favorite. I'm on the V collection version 7, the previous version. Hi Hamoja. Do you put these projects up for downloads? No, but I can. If you guys are interested, I'm starting to figure out Patreon and all that. So my thought was putting some of these projects on. But yeah, at this point, if you're interested, just hit me up. You can figure out a way to get it over to you. Yeah, right now, thanks for watching, you guys. This is awesome. And sorry for not being super responsive on the chat. My monitor for the chat is over here for my OBS, and then I look here most of the time. Sometimes get lost. Okay, so let's see what this kind of sounds like.
why don't you just
I want to get some vocals in here that are more dense. I don't even know what they're going to be saying over here. Let's see.
why don't you
Oh yeah, and then
Can understand the Can understand the
okay. So we have a little break over here. Yeah, we'll just do one more like that, and then we can end with that. Let me see. Yeah. Maybe bring the strings back after they dropped out. And then we could abruptly end them here and bring up some reverb. This is my cheating way of achieving some transition effects without it sounding like it's being cut off. But I think this is good for now. And then I think I've got a decent shimmer reverb in here. So let's see what that sounds like. And here we can start raising some of that reverb and wash it out with some delay at around the same spot. Maybe down to here, and then just really sharp right up here. So let's hear how this would end. I don't need this part. Okay, that's cool. And then let's turn this. Let's keep this on. We'll just keep the modular on droning until the end, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cut that one off as well. Right here. And then we'll just cut it right here. All right. So let's record this in. I'm not quite sure how this will sound because I didn't spend too much time on the transitions or anything, but I think we got all of our parts. And I'm gonna go ahead and start this, although we can, let's use a utility instead of this. Delete automation. So I have a utility already in here. I like using utility rather than the track volume, because if this ends up turning into a final project, then there's a lot of things that could go wrong in the mixing phase if you're automating the sliders, because I like to actually use the sliders in the mixing phase. Okay, utility, I'm gonna turn that on, and then this output gain we'll just fade this thing in slowly until the first break, and then we will fade it out at the end. Give it a little curve. Pressing Option and curving this up like that.
You told us that earlier.
Quite comfortable, Mr. Sawyer. Rather long.
Okay, let's just see how this sounds. I'm just gonna record it in, and that'll be our jam for the day. So hey, thank you guys for showing up to the page. Hopefully your own pages. That's the goal, is for me to have this channel is just to force myself to show up and do something with music every day. I found that it's a good motivation, just even if nobody's watching, to have it broadcast. And then selfishly, I can kind of go back if I forget something, like if I forgot how I made a certain sound, I could kind of go back and look at that process. So thanks again. Here we go. It's a 1:30 jam. Let's just see how this sounds.
Carl Sawyer, the executor of the state.
Oh wait, let me, because I had that one armed, I need to be sure nothing else is armed. Okay, good. Let's try this again. Thanks, guys.
Carl Sawyer, the executor of the state.
As you know, your uncle appointed me as executor of the estate, and that instruction being here 10 days past his demise. They gather together in this house for a reading of the will.
You told us that earlier.
I walked
Quite comfortable, Mr. Sawyer.
rather long. I am a transmitting sound line running from the
Okay, that's the jam for the day. Thank you guys. Thanks for coming. We'll see you tomorrow.